It is Thursday, the 7th of May. It's Boat Extras. Welcome back. Had a few days off, done a little bit of work on other stuff, classic stuff, you know, like cars and four wheels instead of a hull. Anyway, all things need attention at some point in life, and they did, because there are, well, I won't go into it, but some decided they didn't want to work and some decided that they did when they felt like it. See? So they needed a little bit of attention. Anyway, I'm back. I'm on the boat. Welcome aboard, by the way. And Father Christmas has been to Amazon again. And we've got some things. We've got some fuses, because I think I need fuses. And while I've not been working on the boat, I have been watching other YouTubers, and it seems to be that the more fuses you have, the safer things will be. Well, that's what we need when we don't know what we're doing. So I have bought some more fuses. I bought some that you can click on, click off. I've got a 100 amp one there. That, by the way, is just in case we go a bit solar, which there's a very good chance we will, but not quite yet, because we still have to get the basics sorted. DC to DC, did you see that? You even know some of the terms, which is more than I can say for the pointy end of the boat, the back end of the boat, and the left side and the right side. You see? Still got to learn all those, you know, port side and all that business. Anyway, enough of the waffle. I got here and I was going to switch her on about, well, 3-4 hours ago. And guess what? You were as flat as a pancake. No battery life in it whatsoever. So I thought, okay, well, I might as well do some work and let you in on when it decides to work, let you in on what I'm doing. And this is what I'm doing. I'm making a little small circuit board for the exterior of the boat. Well, when I say exterior, I mean underneath the feet, in the bowels of the boat, at the back of the boat. Here we are. So I've cut a piece, it's about 20 centimetres across, and whatever that was, I think it was about 44 in total, which is roughly where I want it to go there. This is going to be like this one here, velcroed into position, because we need something to put the humongously big over the top on off switch. So we've got battery 1, battery 2 and both, and then the big on off, which is basically, well, you click that and you turn it and it goes off. So that's got to be mounted somewhere, and I've been umming and ahhing where, and I thought, well, we're running out of space on this side. Let me just click you there so I can see what's going on myself. So I thought, oh, and this is how over the top I am. Look at the size of that beast. You could put the national grid through this. This has got 400 amp, 600 amp run. You could flow through this, but it's better to be over than under, because, like I say, we're going to have an inverter and we're going to have possibly solar and things like that on board. So we want everything to flow from the batteries sort of through there into there, and then fused and then distributed down through there into there, and so on and so on. That's the idea. So this is going to be velcroed around somewhere around here. Now I'm going to either put it there, and I'm going to make another one, because obviously that's going to be too small. I could have made a bigger one, yes, but I wanted to keep them separate, because imagine you're on the water and you're chugging along or what have you, and you've got an issue over there. I didn't want one big board, because not all of it's going to want to be pulled away. So I just thought, okay, I can pull a singular board out of the way and just move it to one side, still cabled up, mind, and I can get to there, and then I'll have the other board possibly over there, and then I can, when that's velcroed on, I can pull that away and get through there, because that is the only access once the tub is in place. Also, I can't remember his name, I'm rubbish with names. Well, not rubbish with names, but I can't remember after a period of time. Was it Graham? No, it wasn't Graham. You know who you are anyway. Pointed out quite rightly that when the tub's in place, the back of the front of the step, should I say, as you're looking from that point of view, there's nowhere for it to go because I've butted up those there. But obviously this is loose deliberately, so I can actually slot it into there. And I've been out and looked at the tub face over there, as you can see it. There she is. And it's probably only about 4 or 5, maybe tops. I'm probably feeling generous there, about 5 mil thick. So as you said, there's a high chance you could probably pull it away, which I think I can get away with that. And also the tub faces on this side and this side, nothing's going to interfere with it, so that is all good. So I think that will be able to, I can pull that away a bit, get the tub into position and slot it down. The only thing that might be an issue looking at it is that being screwed to there and that being screwed to there. That might actually be an issue because I'm not so sure how far the tub, oh no, yeah, I'll have to measure the actual step because it does shrink down a bit. I know the tub goes that side of it, this side of there, and that's obviously in the way, so that might be a bit of an issue, which is simple enough. I can unscrew that and just let it drop away a bit. But other than that, I think we're cool, I think we're good. So unfortunately for you guys, it's more of the same. It's more of, well, it's more electrical work, boring as it may be, but it's got to be done. So I'm going to crack on with that. It is late in the day because, as I said to you, I didn't charge this thing up. Well, I did, I charged it up, but because I've not been here for like nearly 4 or 5 days since I put the last one on, the battery has decided to, well, I charged it up and then it decided to empty itself. So, hey ho, that's the way it is. But we're back. We'll crack on. And, well, you go and get yourself a tea or a coffee, and I'll see you when I've made a tad of a bit of a progress. So, until then, bye for now. And a good morning to you. It is Friday, the 8th of May, and it is, or I am at a point of doing the second circuit board and the third, and I finished those yesterday, and I gave them a bit of Danish oil because they're going to be, well, in the bowels of the boat, I would say. So that's the first one. We've got the cutout, there's the big on-off switch, cables can come through there. I'm debating what can go there, possibly the bus bar could go there, the really big one, that could go there. There is a secondary board where some fuses can go, and also I've ordered, I forgot what it's called now, but it's a box that configurates the power from the batteries, the alternator and solar if it's required. I ordered that this morning, and that's going to be here around the 11th to the 15th of May. I've got some cables arriving tomorrow, 35 millimeter cables for the battery and everything that leads from the battery. What else have I got? I think that's about it when it comes to what I require. So what am I going to do? Well, I've managed to find the staples which I lost. So I have staples and I have a staple gun, which means that I can now staple my Velcro to here, and we can sort of half rig them up. Now this one here, as you can see, sorry I keep moving you around but I can't see. Take this glove off. That's it. This one here, I'm not going to cut any holes in it yet because I haven't decided what's going on it, but I thought while I was making that one I'll make this one. And I've already explained why I've made them in two sections, because it's easier to take one off and get through the area where if I ever need to get to the heater. So that's the reason for them being in two halves. So I will crack on with that, and I will let you know of my progress. Bye for now. And a wee update for you, and welcome aboard, of course. So we've got these. Move that before I sit on that. That would be painful. So there we go. We've got that one in place there, velcroed on. That ain't moving. You can see the velcro there, and you can see the velcro at the bottom, and that there should in effect line up there and fit there, like so. Okay, now I'm still not sure where things are going to go, but I have been doing a bit of in fact I will put you there. Excuse me a second. Close your eyes so you don't get dizzy. I'll put the light on as well. There. Nope, you can't see anything there yet. Sort of, you can. There. Right, where are? So, we need a breaker, we need a fuse. So basically I have bought, as I've told you last time, a few of these. These are plastic covers, and you can actually create your own fuse by using these nifty little items here, and they're all various colours and strengths. So that is 100 amp. There's a white one there which is 80 and goes down to, I think it goes down to about 20, I think. So I need something around, I've just added up the fuses. I need something around 25. What's on there at the moment adds up to about 25. So I don't seem to have something at 25, so I'm going to use 30 because I'm going to be adding something else onto that bank of not switches, that bank. So I'm going to use actually, in all fairness, I've got all the others that are going to go onto a switch, so it's going to be more than 25, but that's cool because we can go to whatever. I've even got these, as you know, I've got 100 amp there which I'm going to keep for the solar energy because I need something quite powerful to go to that. But I've got some ones like these are 60 amps, so it might be that they might get used, but I thought these were really useful. These you can get on Amazon, these ones that you can actually create your own fuse, which I thought was good because you can add up that. Obviously that's the secret, from what I can gather, is that you add up all the fuses, well, you add up all the whatever it says on the item that you're fusing, and then you add them all up, and then you need to have something that is relating in one fuse to that, close to where the battery is. I know I'm not explaining it that well, but it's because I don't understand it totally, as you know. But I'm following a guy that, well, I'm following a few actually that are not necessarily doing boats. I've subscribed to a group on Facebook that are 12 volt boaters, and there's quite a few there that have got good suggestions. But I'm mainly going down the motorhome route where people have done it, because they are obviously very, very similar. They're using a 12 volt system. They're also taking voltage from a alternator, which is what I will be doing as well. And also now I will be putting solar on, because with this Renault, I think it's, what's it called? I've got a phone somewhere. Is it called Renograde? Renault something. Oh, where's my phone when you need it? I'll get it. Oh, here we are. Sorry, I can tell you. It's called. Sorry for moving the phone. Renergy. It's called Renergy. In fact, I might be able to give you. I can zoom in on that there. That is what I've ordered, and I've ordered it with a visual control as well, so you can see the ampage that's flowing through. You can see how much solar you're getting in the batteries. You can see how much juice it's going from the batteries as well. So that was, I think, £209 off Amazon. So I've ordered that. So yes, what I was doing was I was doing these to the cables, putting these on both sides, because I'm going to connect a fuse with a, well, I'm going to put a 30 amp fuse in it to start with. And then as we finalise what's going on in there and the switches and everything's added up, I can unscrew it and put, you know, an alternative one on. So that's where I'm up to at the moment. So I'm just now debating where to put, because there's the cable that's coming out of the bulkhead. So that's going to go somewhere along here onto a fuse, and then that's going to travel off to the battery, I think. Yes, it's going to go to the battery, and then there's going to be a cable that I have ordered, which is a 35mm, which is going from the battery into this. So we'll have 3 cables running out of this. One to number 1 battery, one to number 2 battery, and one is the one that comes out and then travels. Where does it travel? It travels to something. I think it goes to all the major. Oh, I tell you what it'll go to. It'll go to the inverter, because I've got to get an inverter so I can. I'm now feeling confident enough to put an inverter on there, which is why that one is bigger than that one. I don't know what wattage at the moment. I think I'll probably go with what everybody else seems to put on, and that's about 1000 watt. It doesn't have to be big. Obviously I'll have to determine how big the solar panel will be. Quite a few people on a van have used 2. I'm on a boat. I won't need much. It's just a trickle feed to keep everything going. So I think 1000 inverter would probably work quite nicely. I'm going to research that still further. So yeah, that cable will go into there, so then everything can be switched on and off, etc, etc. So that's where I'm up to. I will plough on and I will give you a further update as I've done something else. Bye for now. Okay, so what I've done now is I've extended the tails of the diesel heater because the way it was configured was temporary. So I've extended them because I can decide what I'm going to do with those. They will actually extend to round into there if I so wish to put them there. But I'm thinking maybe it'd be silly to go all the way over there for the power to come all the way back to the battery, because it has got its own independent fuse there. It's just that I thought maybe if that was independently switched, then there's no forgiving. Well, if it was powered and it was, I could be able to switch it off with a master switch. If it was connected to the bus, this here, then there'd be no question of anybody leaving it on, thus draining the battery, or leaving it on and it gets switched on and all sorts of trouble could occur. So that's tucked away over there. I finished off putting the fuse onto there, so that's now a continuation. They've both got rings on the ends, so they can be connected to whatever around there. So the next bit really is to template this here down there, because that's got to be an oak. So I've got my lining paper over there, and I'm going to start using the lining paper and then make a template. You'll see what I mean when I crack on with doing that. So that's the next task. So I shall crack on with that, and I will see you very soon. Bye for now. I don't know whether this is useful or not, but I just might as well show you while I'm doing it. I find it easy to break if you're templating things like this, like I did with all these. I broke it down into bits. So for example, I've just cut a strip down there, made a score mark along there, and then just rough cut it. It's slightly bigger, and then obviously, as you can see, it fits there, which is the most important thing. These are invaluable. If you get as many of them as you possibly can, they're dirt cheap. And then just scribe down, make a mark where you're going to finally cut, and then move on to this bit here, which is what I'm going to do with that wide piece there. Put a piece on there, and then I shall get the blue tape, stick it on there, curve it around there, and then all being well, I can then take it down there and cut the final 8x4 sheet, my final piece. So it's just about worked. Well, I'm saying it's just about worked out. I was going to use oak paneling in here, but I think I'm going to be short. In fact, I know I'm going to be short, but that's okay, because I'm debating what to do with these here and here and these here. I might upholster them myself around in something yet to be decided. Anyway, first things first, I'm going to cut up this cardboard, and I'll show you after I've finished the templating, so then you can see how I do things. Bye for now. Right, so as you can see, I put the next piece up, still a bit short, but that's no problem, because we can still put a fillet of paper this way and then stick it to this area here, so you can follow the contours. Well, basically, as you can see there, it's hugging up there. I've squeezed that up to there because there's going to be obviously a wood fillet going along there, or something's going to go along there. to push the ceiling up into position. So you've got to make sure, if you were doing something similar to what I've done and it wasn't covered, you could make a mistake, because this drops down. If that thing wasn't there, you would end up cutting it short. So I've pushed it as far up as it can go. That's going to disappear up into there. So I've got that as close as I can possibly get it. I've used the straight edge of the paper for this edge, and obviously I can sand it flush. And also it's useful to, when you stick the join for this paper to this paper, is to put one across, but also reinforce the corner as well, because when you're messing around with the paper, sometimes it can rip or it can distort. So that gives you the true right angle, and you can get a pretty accurate job, because at the end of the day that's going to be visible, so it needs to be as close as possible. This won't be as visible, but as you can see, there is a fraction of a gap there, but you've got the thickness, of course, of the kitchen top to go here, so that will be that will actually disappear. So the next bit is to do that bit, and then we're done. So I will do that. Okay, so there we are. There's the final product. So you reinforce your edges. You know that that's going to be the minimum, and you know that that's going to be the maximum. So that the tape is there designed to give you a straight edge, but also gives you a guide on where you are eventually going to be cutting. I've just got there's a pencil line there. I'm not going to put a blade in there because I'm frightened of cutting it into the fabric there. So when I pull this all down, I can obviously trim that off up there. There's a straight edge there. It's just going over the wire there, but once I've pulled it away, it'll be straight, because that's flush down there, and it's okay up there. That's a nice straight edge along there, as is down there. I put a reinforced piece down there, so it stops the paper from curling and wandering off, so it keeps it nice and straight. We're not bothered about this edge, and then we've covered all bases, the 90-degree angles, that keeps it nice and straight. So when I peel that off, I can lay it on top of a piece of ply, and we can get the grain straight, and we can cut it with the minimum amount of waste. And that is how you cut a template. So I'm running out of time now. It is 4:30. I've got a couple of errands I need to do. So with that said, do enjoy your Friday night, whatever you may be doing, and I will see you possibly, well, it won't be tomorrow, but it might be Sunday, who knows, but either way it'll be a nanosecond for you. So until then, bye for now. Good morning to you. It is Monday. Could be the 10th, it could be the 11th, I don't know. My watch has a funny session sometimes, especially on a Monday. It's not got quite going, and sometimes it says the wrong date. I've obviously not done it properly, but hey, that's me, isn't it? Right, so where did we leave off? I can tell you where we left off as I talk to myself and this camera. That is where we left off there, and that is a job that we need to do today. But first things first, we have a plan of action this week, and it's going to involve a plumber or a gas man, and those pipes, not necessarily that bottle, because we're going out again now. I've come to the unit to get that bottle, get it changed to a full one, and then we're going to get that up and running. And then we can do a Sunday roast. Oh yes. Well, actually we won't be doing a Sunday roast, but we're going to get it working. It's going to be done, and it's going to be done properly with the right gear. And do you know why it's going to have the right gear? Because I've got the right gear. Because I went to my daughter's yesterday, I have got all I need.
that lot there, which we will go through on tomorrow, because that's when I'm going to be meeting him here, tomorrow afternoon, and he's going to spend half a day with me to get that up and running. So that, my friends, is what we're going to do. So this is going to be up and running, fingers crossed, by tomorrow. We're going to have switches and all sorts of stuff going on. The pipe work's going to be caught and the flexi hosing and everything will be ready. Now I must stress that he's not a gas engineer when it comes to marine work, but he is the next best thing. And when this, as I said to you, when this gets checked out and what have you, with a bit of luck, we'll meet the regulations and we'll get a tick to it. The only questionable thing on this boat is, well, there's two actually. Will it float? That's down to me. And will the wiring pass? That's down to me. So grab yourself something, because it'll be a nanosecond by the time I've gone from Ray Green to St. Anne's to get the bottle and to get back. See you shortly. And welcome back. I have got myself a brand new bottle and it's on the boat. And it was a straight swap for another bottle, as that's what they do, because I can't remember the last time I did a bottle exchange. But I thought it would be a lot dearer than it was. It was £32. I didn't think that was too bad. It's only a 4.5, but nevertheless, I thought, that's okay. Anyway, that means that tomorrow, or, well, the next part of this video is going to be interesting, and also I'm really looking forward to getting, well, making the kitchen come alive by the hub of it, and that's the cooker. So that's going to be exciting, and that's going to occur tomorrow from lunchtime onwards. I think he's going to give me the time. In the meantime, we are going to cut this out, and this is the final piece of oak ply that I got nearly 10 years ago. I dread to think how much this stuff's going to cost me if I require any more. As you can see, it is short by yay much. I'm not overly bothered because it's right down at the bottom, and I'm sure I'll be able to put a piece in and hopefully lose the join a bit, possibly. It doesn't bother me. It would have been nice to have had a larger piece, but I have to work with what I've got. This is the final piece, and also it's a little bit thicker than I would have liked, but hey, that's it. That's what we're going to work to, and that is what we're going to cut up. So I'm going to start chopping that up. As you can see, everything is, these are wonderful. I know I told you about them, but these are the smaller versions. They are literally really cheap, but they are so useful to keep stuff in position. And this is where this tape comes in handy. It keeps the paper from flapping about. It gives you a nice line to draw where you need to draw, around there especially, and what have you. So all in all, this should, he says, go to plan, because it's the last piece, and I think if I reversed it, it gives me a second chance bite at the cherry, but I don't want to do that. So there we go. I will put you on your perch. Not that you need to see anything going on with regards to cutting, because I'm sure you've seen that much. You're tired of it anyway. So I will see you shortly once I have cut it out. Bye for now. Right, welcome back. Little update. As you can see, starting to take shape now. Unfortunately for me, it's a clean piece, and it's going to be one of these pieces that is quite visual, because it's going to be at, well, it's going to be on the bulkhead, and the colour is nice and even, and it's been one of these, fortunately, one of these pieces that's been sandwiched so daylight and the air hasn't got to it over the 10 years it's been stored, and it looks pretty good. So I'm very pleased with that. Hopefully it's going to fit. We'll soon find out very shortly. But first, we've got the tab to put on here, because remember it's short by maybe 6 inches or something like that. So that's my next bit. I'm going to find a piece of waste, possibly off the one that I've cut out, because there's a colour match. So I'm going to try and find a piece that will match, if possible, the grain, and that will be less of a visual point where there's a join. So there we are. So I'll carry on and I'll get that done, and then we'll offer it up and we'll see whether my measurements were right. Bye for now. Right then, so that is close. It's actually, funnily enough, it's not actually from the same piece, but it's pretty clean. And I mean, sort of grain wise, I just concentrated on maybe lining up those areas there. But as I said to you, I mean, there's a little bit of a chip there, but hey, maybe I could improve on the straightness of that one, because I think that looks like a factory edge, but this one isn't. But you know what, it's quite low down. I'll try and improve on it. And from this, you know, looking, how would you see it? You would look at it like that. I think you'd have to be a right hawkeye to spot that, really. So I think what we'll do now is, I think we should offer these up, because there's no point finessing it, because I'd like to get some stain and some oil on that possibly today, and then maybe offer it up tomorrow before Shane comes here, and then I can have that up and then we can crack on with the good stuff. So I think I'll take this up there and we'll see what it looks like. See you in a minute. Right, welcome aboard. So I think I'm going to prop you here so you can see. I'm going to get rid of that glaring son of a light, because that's blinding everything and everyone at the same time. Stay. Can you see? Is that okay? Or shall I go a bit closer? I'll stick you in the drawer. That'll do. Right, so the only thing I can think of that's going to be maybe in the way, may not be in the way, are these cables that are jutting out from this piece here. That might be an issue, or it might not. Who knows? Right, get this over there. Which way is it? That way. That way, yes. Oops. Right. Let's see if it goes on. First time, you never know. Looks quite tight to start with. Oh, could be alright. Could be alright, Josephine. Tell you what, ow, just add another splinter to the collection. God, that's a big one and all. That's going to bug me now. Slightly wide, slightly big on this side, but that's okay because we can trim it off. Pretty darn flush there. That's the most important bit there, that finish up there, is getting that nice and neat. Get the light on, yeah it is. So yeah, I've got a bit of something going on here that I'm not happy about. I was actually going to put a trim over these because I think these have got to go. What have they got to do? I think those are going to go in the switch. Now I've got to discuss the switch situation, but we'll discuss that later. We're doing a job at the moment, one job at a time. I'm a man, I can't multitask. So as you can see, that is a nice looking fit there. A little bit of a gappage going on up there, but hey, I suppose I could live with that. But I'm going to do something. I might put something like that, you know, that one there. I might do the same there. I think that would look quite nice and finish it off. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And that, for that matter, that's pretty good. Oh, should we get this little piece and see what that looks like as well? Does that go in or does not go in? It's actually coming adrift there. I've just noticed that. I think that's just me and might be just a bit too proud, that one. So I need to do a bit of trimmage on that one. Maybe at the bottom. Yeah, it's coming. That laminating piece there seems to be coming adrift. I'm going to have a little examination of that. Well, what do you think? I mean, you can't tell there's a join there, and actually I can't, but I haven't got my glasses on, so. But that's not too bad, is it? I think we could live with that. Bearing in mind this, as though it's as perfect as that is, and it happens to be, I was just a bit lucky with that, you know, we've got quite a thick top going on there, so that's good, but it's nice and flat. It seems there's no bowing in it. No, I'm happy with that. Looks good. Right, well, we don't have to adjust this too much. You can see how much I have to take off there. I wonder if I should pencil line that, or should I cut it off while it's on there? Then I know I get it absolutely. No, I'm trying to think what tool I could use. I think I might draw a line down it and then go down and cut it off. I think that's probably my better option. I have a planer, but how do you get to up there? No, let's do it in stages. Let's not ruin it. Right, well, I'm happy with that. I hope you are too, and let's get trimming. Turn that light off. I'm being blinded like anything here. Get off. Right, I'll go and do some trimmage and I'll be back. Right, so I'll just put you there for now. See what I'm up to next. So, you know when I mentioned up there that there was just coming adrift, I decided that it needed a bit of glue on there, so that's not going to get any stain yet. I've trimmed this bit down and I've also trimmed that section down over there, so we're good to go. So what I'm going to use to start with, I think I'm going to use the medium oak because this is quite light, and the adjacent piece to which is the window, the small window next to it, is quite a light piece. So I'm thinking, well, let's go with the light one. I can always go down a shade. I can't go lighter. I can go darker. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to put some of this medium oak, Jacobean Georgian medium oak wood dye. So that's what I'm going to use first, I think. Get it out without spilling it everywhere. Yeah, that looks about right. I can always go darker, but it definitely looks like the one next to it.
bought some of these really big ones. They're only £1. I think they've got about 20 of them from the pound shop. Depending on where you're from, I'm sure you've got an equivalent place. My overseas people, my friends overseas. Always amazes me that people take the time to watch people overseas. Amazing. And believe it or not, the majority of my subscribers are not from the UK, which I find amazing, because the boat that's on, the boat that I'm doing really is a canal boat that is a canal boat that should go on the UK waterway. I mean, in America obviously there's a vast amount of water. I know we're surrounded by water, but this boat that I'm doing is an inland waterway boat. I'm sure it could cross the channel to get into France. I haven't many subscribers from France, but Denmark, Sweden, you know, all the Nordic countries, I've got quite a few from there. Australia, a lot from America, and quite a few from the UK. So, you know, we're worldwide. I was using the small versions of these, the ones that are about that big, but I like these better because they're slightly denser, they're thicker, and you get more of an even coat on them. That's gone on really well. Shame it's the last piece. Right, can I do that or can I not do that? No, we can't do that, because that is definitely gooey. Right, we'll leave that there. I think I will call that a day. We've got the gas bottle, we're all ready to go for tomorrow. And, well, I will see you on the flip side of the page that's about to happen. Bye for now. And a good morning to you. Is it the 11th? I'm going to check. I can't. No, it's not. It's the 12th. Funny. It's Tuesday the 12th. Spitting. Ugh. It's Tuesday the 12th. Welcome back to the unit. It's going to be a good day today. So, I've received early some good things from Jeff Bezos again. And it relates to a 12-volt system. Not that he'll know anything about a 12-volt system, but for us little tiny men with a little boat, this is good.
And this is probably one of the most, no, it's not one of the most expensive things I've bought. The cooker, ironically, was the most expensive thing. No, that wasn't the most expensive thing. I think the toilet was. The cooker wasn't, although a bargain 8 years ago, that was expensive. That was due to go in a caravan. It's well, it is brand new, it's never been used, but it never got put in. So I bought it, but it was still expensive then. Anyway, I'm waffling on, but this is the third most expensive thing, and it's going in at some point, not this episode, probably the episode after that, and that is this. So it's a Renogy system there. We'll unbox it in a minute, and that's the display unit that's going to go on the bulkhead. By the way, the bulkhead, let's talk about the bulkhead. I'll tell you something, that, considering it's the final piece, that's the best even coat I think I've ever achieved on a piece of oak ply. And I've gone through some oak ply on that thing, let me tell you. But that is absolutely excellent. Now, overnight, as you can see, that laminate has now gone back to where it should be, so we've got to just clean that up and then get that to that colour, which will be good, and then that can go with that. So I think we'll tackle that, because Shane isn't going to be far down the line before he arrives. So let's open this up. Although I've taken the first wrapper off to see what it was, I haven't physically opened this box up, so you're going to see what's inside this box like myself. So I'm going to put you like that, and let's have a little look at what Amazon has given me. And it's sod's law, isn't it? I was looking on Facebook Marketplace, and lo and behold, somebody in Preston is selling this exact thing because he couldn't send it back to Amazon because it was out of time and he never got to use it, and he ended up buying the wrong thing for the job that he needed to do, and he wants £150. But when I worked it out, this item together with this, he didn't have this, he was selling this with a Bluetooth thing. I could have gone with a Bluetooth thing, but I decided against it because I thought I'd rather have a visual look at all times of the power in the batteries and the solar coming in, which is hopefully what we will be getting on. So yes, let's have a little look what we've got. So this is it. I hope it's going to, well, and also I've got to say, I've got to decide where it's going to go, this item. It's quite heavy. That's obviously the wiring loom. Looks like you get plenty of cable, so I don't think we're going to have a problem of where we're going to put it, unless it won't reach the batteries if I decide to put it underneath on the circuit board, which I probably think that's going to be the best place for it, thinking about it. Let's tip it up that way. It's quite a unit, this, isn't it? Mind you, this was £209 on Amazon, by the way. That's quite a substantial bit of kit, that, isn't it? So how do you connect things up? Oh, I see. So you obviously unscrew these items and then you put your cables in those areas there, by the look of it. Those are your symbols. Obviously this is what I decided it would be a good idea, because it gives you your battery, whether it, I'm guessing whether the battery's full, that's your solar, and that's your alternator. And one would imagine when everything's running correctly, I'm assuming that these would be a green light, and then I would assume that there would be a red or a yellow light to say things aren't working in specific areas. I'm using my guessometer here. So that, I think, is small enough to go on the doesn't have to be visual, does it? It could be underneath the kitchen unit. I think that's where we might go with it. I don't know yet. Or should it go next to the battery? Oh God, I don't really know. Maybe you know that. Because it won't be installed until such time until this has gone out anyway, this video. So maybe you could tell me an ideal position for it. Should it go on the outside of the boat, or can it go on the inside of the boat? You can tell me if you've got this particular one, or a Victron. Same sort of thing, I suppose it is. Right, okay. Obviously we've got instructions, something I'll have to read. I don't want to read, but I'll have to read because I don't want to get it wrong. Right. That's one item. Let's have a look at this one. So that's a recessed one, so that's definitely going to go on here. How much cable do you get with that one? Quite a bit. Right, that's just made of plastic. Okay, see that. Don't know its functions, but one would assume it's a replica of those symbols on there. Will come up on there, I would imagine. Okay, well, I'm very pleased to see that come early, because that means we can get on with another job at a later stage. Where can I put it that I'm not going to damage it? Shall I put it on top of the Morris? No. There's already boxes on there. I'll put it somewhere else. I'll put it there for now. Oh well, that's too unstable. Put that there. Safe and out of the way. Right. So, I'm going to crack on with this, or should I say this to start with. Get this done, and then we're going to offer it up the boat, because don't forget we haven't offered it up since I've trimmed it into place properly. So this should fit really snugly now. And then, well, we're just going to wait. Well, I'm just going to keep working until Shane turns up, and then we'll get cracking on with the exciting bit. It is for me. Might not be for you, but it is for me. Because I've been doing stuff like the wiring and I don't like it, as I keep telling you. So, grab yourself a coffee, get yourself all tucked in, and I'll see you shortly. Bye for now. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. Right. Get that light out of the way. God. Blinding. Well, I'll show you this first. I think that looks, apart from it being a little bit on the red side compared to that, that's got to come off anyway. I've got to disconnect that anyway, take those off anyway, because I don't like that. That looks amateurish, and we don't want to look like an amateur, do we? So that's got to go. But this, I mean, I don't even need those clips. That's how good a fit that is. That's tight and perfect. Up there, look at that. That little bit of trimmage has made a big difference. There's a bit of a gap going on there, which is cool. I'm not bothered about that because there's a little bit of movement. I can take it that way just a tad. But there's going to be a quadrant going on there anyway. So that technically is definitely not an issue. This, however, is an issue and we've got to get rid of that. So this is unclipped, ready to receive whatever I want to put on there. I've also got this ready. I've given it a quick clean, and guess what? I have realised that in all the years I have had this, I have never ever tested what I bought out. I bought it and put it over there on those racks, as you probably know in previous episodes going back, I don't know, a couple of years maybe. I've never once, because it needs to be connected to gas. I've never even thought about plugging the damn thing in. It's got a plug there, down there, to see whether there's anything that works on it. So guess what we're going to do before Shane arrives? We're going to test to see if that bloody thing works. Because if it doesn't work, oh my god, I've spent a fortune on something that doesn't work. Right, I'm going to set you up. You're going to be a witness to this. And the only way I'm going to find out, I don't know whether it'll like, we'll check. I know I'm going to get that extension, I'm going to plonk it there, I'm going to plug that in. I'm going to test it quickly before he comes. He's on a job somewhere and he said he was going to text me, but there's no signal here in the Rain Green, or where I am anyway. I'm going to test that baby out. So I'll get the extension lead. And I'm going to test this thing out. Probably explode in my face. Fingers crossed. We're in, we're on. I don't hear anything. Do we have any lights? Ah, do you know what? Let's see if the spark button works. Has he got a spark thing? Yes, it has got a spark thing. It's got a spark thing. Let's see. That's not working. Oh dearie me. Okay, let's try. Right, nothing's on. Let's try the ring itself. It's this one. Please work. There's nothing coming through yet. Oh! Can I feel warmth? Or is that my hand? I can't tell. Oh, it's working. I can feel it. Thank God for that. Let's turn it off. Yeah, that is on. That baby works. Yes, it's 240 volt, but you know, we're getting into wiring now and it's sinking in. Do not shut lid when burner light is alight. Yeah, we are. Oh, right, okay, that's obvious. But spark. Oh, do you have to turn the knob and then press it? No. Maybe Shane can work that one out. Oh, I'm so pleased that that's working. That's brilliant. fantastic. Right, well, we can boil water. No, we can't, because if the boat's on water, there's no 240 volt yet. In theory, we can boil water. That's good. So I'm going to turn this round because he will want to gain access. What's this wire here? See, I need to tuck these wires in properly. That's a bit amateurish, isn't it? But we can do that. We've got the pipe. He's going to mess around with that pipe. He's going to mess around with that bag of goodies that he's given me at weekend. We've got all, well, he's got all the goodies to do stuff. So we're going to make it as easy as possible for him. And I think we're going to turn it that way round because the pipe's over there and he can have a look and decide for himself what he needs to do. Oh God, there's wiring behind there. Is there anything I need to wire to? I wonder if I have to wire to that sparky thing. Yes, I probably do. I've just spotted something there, guys. I wonder if that there is for the 12 volt to make those gas sparky thing light. I think that is for that. And do you know how we're going to test that? I'm going to rig up some wiring. That's how I'm going to test that up. I'm going to do that before he gets here. Yes. Right. Stay tuned. I'll have the wires in a minute. I'll leave you on a cliffhanger. Right, that quick job of wiring it up has to go on hold because Shane has just this minute arrived. So that gives me a job. While he's doing the job, it gives me a job to do in the meantime. Make myself look like I'm doing something interesting. He's here anyway. I'll introduce you to him very shortly. He's getting all these tools out. See you in a minute. Right, okay, so we're at a stage, by the way, the man himself is here. Shane, please introduce yourself. I know you've been here before, I know you've been aboard, and I know I've mentioned your name. However, you haven't been here in the capacity of which you are here now.
Yes.
And that is, he's the gas man.
In the thick of it.
In the thick of it. He's in the trenches with me. So, yes, please introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm Shane.
Company and everything.
Esco
please.
Plumbing Solutions.
Yes, hold on. But Shane is very kindly, a bit biased. If I ask him, he feels compelled he has to do something for me. But always there, you see. So it's valuable to have a plumber in the family, and this is a valuable situation that has arisen, and he's here on a normal day, not even a weekend. So he is going to be dealing with those pipes at the back for now. He's actually, well, could you just describe to me what you're actually going to do first?
So, what we're going to do is I'm just making up this, what we were used to call a bayonet fitting. It is a bayonet fitting. So, we're going to have that onto the copper feed there, back to the wall, fixed in place. And that nipple will just going up to this bayonet, which is a self-sealing valve. So when you connect your hose up, like so, it should just lock in place and seal. And then when you want to take it out for cleaning, servicing, anything as such, it just pops off.
Great, brilliant.
And again, that's self-sealing. We are going to have a valve on there as well, just in case.
I'm assuming that's it, is it?
That's that, yeah. So just so you can
So
isolate.
we can turn it, we can isolate it as well.
Yeah, if you ever leave the boat, or like I say, servicing, cleaning, or you want a new cooker in the future, it is just isolatable, so you can just isolate it.
Okay.
But like I say, that will suffice to seal it,
Right.
but you want isolation as well.
Okay, so and I also clarified, you know, that little electrician job I was going to do before he arrived, that is the case. He needs 2 wires to feed onto the power that we can use, and that then we will be able to spark the gas into ignition. So what we've got to do first is we've got to remove, ideally we need to have this just so he can get to the back of it and also get to the side of the boat where the oak ply is, so we can put the first bit together. So we're going to plonk this whole carcass with the cooker on these pieces of wood, because we don't want to damage the vinyl, because I can't afford to take the vinyl out of my hallway again, because I'd have a big hole in it again. So that is going there for now, and then I am going to be Senor Gopher, and I'm going to get things for him as and when he needs it. So stay tuned and we'll show you once he's done a bit. Bye for now. Right, quick update. I've managed to chop the wires, get the tails ready. I need to put some clips on, but I can't because chain is in the thick of it and blocking all entrances, so we just need to wait for him to do what he's doing. And he's got up to now the first step, which is getting that baby on the back of there. What mill is it that goes on this cooker?
It's 8mm coming off the back of the cooker.
Yeah.
So we've gone from 8mm to 10mm.
Down to 10.
And then down to
up to 10.
Up to 10, yeah. And then down to up to a 1/2 inch female iron there.
And what have you done to, what's that white stuff around those things?
It's just a jointing compound, that's some jet lube.
Yeah.
It's basically just a wet PTFE in essence, just lubricates the fitting.
Yeah.
And seals any air gaps.
Yeah, and then we've got a yellow pipe there.
So the yellow, now I know it's yellow, most people think yellow natural gas, but that actually does first, second and third family gases, so it'll do LPG, natural gas, hydrogen, up to 50 millibar as well, so absolutely sound with that.
So we've just gone overboard.
Yeah, better to go overboard. So
we like overboard here.
If you go all futuristic,
yes,
few years you can even have
I have a motto: you look at what you want to get and just double it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I do.
I like that.
Yeah, double it.
I'll remember that when I send you the bill.
I'll work on it. Yeah, you do that. Yeah, you do that. I'll have a word with my daughter about it.
Yeah, we'll leave it there. It's all right.
Thank you. Right, see you shortly. Bye for now.
That's all that matters.
So what you do is just put, does that seep into the...
Yeah, so that capillary acts
Does
around
that seal on the outside, or does it actually go into
it goes
the joint?
into the joint as well.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh wow. So that liquid that you put on makes the solder go seep through?
Yeah, that basically, the solder adheres to the flux. And that's basically it.
Wow.
So you imagine the fitting inside the pipe is that tight, it's like 2 panes of glass together.
Yeah.
So it draws it down, it draws it round it.
Got you.
So and the flux just helps it run.
Right. And then you would, I've no doubt, you'd test it, would you?
Yeah,
so
so...
Well, is there such a machine that tests leakages, or is it
no,
how you smell?
Yeah, well,
you know
pressure. So what we'll do is you put a gauge on,
Oh,
turn
yeah,
your
that's
gas on,
useful. So
lock
we
it
know.
off,
All right.
you see a drop, something's leaking, and then in a domestic situation like a house, if you tested the gas and you saw a drop, you'd go round, turn off your appliances, test it again.
Do you know what? I don't think this is going to record. Do you know why? I've got the radio on. That's so funny.
Shove a sign on it.
Yeah. Oh god. Right. Hopefully, I don't have to do an overlay for this bit because I've turned the radio off. I don't even know whether I'm able to do the overlay with the other bit. So who knows? But anyway, if I can't do any of it and I've had to get rid of it, he's now got that on there, which is exactly what we wanted.
So that's just the bayonet.
So that's the bayonet. So everything is been. What have you done with these bits?
So we just soldered.
Reminder.
So that's the incoming supply.
Yeah.
We've just soldered these in basically to get 10mm stuff. It's a nightmare. So if you upgrade it to 15mm, half inch, whatever you want to call it, it's a lot easier because everything's a lot more accessible for parts and materials. So that is basically just a back plate, and then this is your bayonet that we looked at before. So at the minute, as that stands, that's sealed. So if the gas was live now, with that being in, and you disconnected the hose, you wouldn't just get gas pouring out of there.
Right.
That's self-sealing.
Right.
So you'll be absolutely fine with that. And again, along here somewhere that's accessible on the pipework, we're going to have this valve on, just as a secondary measure as well. So if you're more up or whatever, knock your gas off. Obviously you've got the isolation on the bottle as well, and you're away.
Cool, brilliant. Thank you for that.
No bother.
Right, stay tuned. I'm going to have to put this on charge because we've got 32%. Bye for now. Okay, that's the next bit that Shane has done. Just explain what you've done there, Shaney boy.
So it's just an additional isolation.
Yeah.
So that's just before the cooker. So if you ever need to change anything or any issues, you can just isolate it there. And also if you was to ever add any gas appliances,
yeah,
you have isolation for everyone then. So again, for maintenance or cleaning, anything like that, servicing,
yeah,
you can just isolate each appliance as you go.
Right, okay.
So that's just a local isolation for that.
Yeah, cool. Thank you.
No problem.
We're getting there. We're getting there. We're on with this bit next. It's getting exciting, I've got to say. It's like I'm a kid in a sweet shop. I feel like I'm one of these people that get locked in a warehouse forever, and the slightest thing makes him happy. That's exactly how I feel at the moment. Anyway, stay tuned. We'll be back. Doing, yeah. Right, where do I go? Right. So, now that is all complete and everything's a success up to now, you're going to do one last thing, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm just going to go around. I'm just going to give everything a spray up with this leak detector.
So you literally spray that on?
Yeah, and this will bubble if there's any issues.
Oh, a bit like washing up liquid.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just an expensive
an expensive
theory liquid in a can.
And that picks up anything.
Oh yeah. I mean, we'd know straight away because the pressure that comes with the LPG, you'd hear it and you'd smell it straight away.
Oh, there's definitely nothing on that bit.
Yeah, that's all fine. I know that's all one piece over there. That's this last one.
Cool.
And again, that's spot on. So that'd just be bubbling away, that
Would it?
if there was any issues.
Right. Okay.
So again, we'll go over this. Spot on.
Well, I didn't think anything else.
Everything.
If I'm being honest. Marvellous, look at that. I'm so happy. So happy. That's given me such a lot of useful work to do now that everything is going to be brilliant. So with that said, I think we'll close this episode on that piece of furniture there that I put up there. That can wait till the next episode, because I'm going to get the wires done, etc. Get that sorted. I might even take this off, get him ready. As you can see, we've got lighting here, which is even great. It's starting to take shape, but guys, it's starting to take shape. So I will see you very shortly. I'll get my ducks in a row and we'll say our goodbyes. See you later. Right, everything is connected up over here.
Yep.
Obviously everybody will know this system, because everybody that's been camping, that's basically what it is. That's exactly it. The only difference is this is hard plumbed into a copper pipe, which is there. That's in there. So that's all ready, it's turned on. So we're just now checking to see whether the valve, is that valve on?
That valve's on, yeah.
So this is it. Have I bought a Duff one or not?
I can hear it.
Can you? You can hear it?
I can hear something coming.
Because I haven't done the spark stuff. It's not.
Yeah, I can hear it. Can't smell it yet.
So it's got to come through.
It's purging all the gas out now.
Oh, the air.
The air, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
Purging the air so the gas.
This is exciting.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, we got some. Look at that.
That's right, the thermocouple.
Thermocouple. Is that white thing underneath?
That's your spark ignition. I think it's next to it. So let's take a look on this one. So it'll be round here.
Wow.
Thermocouple just at the back.
Look at that.
And then when that goes down, that kills the flame.
Ah.
That's a safety feature on it as well.
Is it?
Yeah.
Superb. So I can rely on that.
So they all should now.
That's cool.
Obviously, when you've got your ignition set up.
Yeah.
So that one.
Yeah, get them all on. It's a good way to finish the video. Look at that. I am so chuffed.
There you go.
Absolutely top drawer, lad.
Chicken dinner.
Chicken dinner. It's even warm, isn't it? I tell you what,
I'm sweating now.
it's probably, I don't need a diesel heater with that on.
It's boiling, isn't it?
Now, the fumes that are coming off that,
Yeah.
is that stuff that you shouldn't be smelling? Is that something that you can die from, in other words?
No, it needs to be. So that's complete combustion. So it's burn. Over time, yes, because it's carbon dioxide.
If you, what I'm saying is, we're in a closed environment. I'm obviously going to have windows.
Exactly.
In it.
So what they say is
that you shouldn't be breathing that in for much.
not for hours and hours. No, you wouldn't. If everywhere was closed.
Which is why I put that next to a vent.
Brilliant. Because what they say
That's
is
the whole reason why this cooker is where it is.
basically for that. In any situation, you just need an openable window. That's enough ventilation for a cooker. Well, that's brilliant.
That's perfect.
That'll bring in air for combustion and let fumes out as well. So.
Actually, I'm really going to leave that on for a minute because I'm interested to see how warm things get up here, because I was debating whether I need to create a stainless steel deflector to stop this from burning. I'm debating whether that is too high, whether that's high enough for it not to burn. What do you think? I mean, there's no pans on it with direct heat at the moment.
I think more than anything, steam will affect that. If you're boiling a pan or something, you'll have a lot of steam. But again, that should cover that.
Because I can't have an extractor.
Yeah.
I could, I suppose, but it's curved, and it would be deep, and you'd bump your head into it. Do you know what I mean? So it was one of those really where I couldn't really have one.
Personally, I think you'd be fine. I don't think you'd be.
Is it a socket and see sort of scenario?
I think so. I don't
see what
think
it's like.
For what you're preparing on there,
Yeah.
I don't think it's not. It'll be cooking and cooking and cooking.
You're right, I'm going to be out all night.
Yeah, exactly.
You're right there.
You have people cooking for you.
This is for breakfast in the morning.
Yeah, so you're cooking a bit of bacon, some eggs and sausage.
Oh,
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
You'll be fine, absolutely fine.
Bit of Tom Fair sausages.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tom Fair.
It's just the breeze I can hear outside.
Oh, it is. It's that
Yeah.
bead factory.
Is that what it is?
That shh noise.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the bead factory.
It just had me ticking
Yeah,
over there.
yeah. So basically, guys, what we need to do is, I know we've got. I mean, this is brilliant. We've got that all set up. That means that I can start now, screwing everything together, nipping it up. That basically is something that we don't need to worry about now.
No, that's it.
We're all done and dusted.
Yeah.
Superb. So that gets now all put into place. But where we want to go with this is we want to see once the tub's in, we want to see if we can tee off that to somewhere around here. And as I explained to you many an episode earlier, is we want to see if we can put a mini gas boiler in here in order to have a shower, you know, and put it on a cantilever system whereby you can, during the summer, you can have a long hose, you can be out on the towpath, you can have a bit of a sprinkle. Oh, talking of towpath, it might not even be a towpath. It could be a place called Windermere, but that's another story at some other time. So yeah, so that's basically what would be a great idea, is to have a boiler there. Then, you know, you can be on this boat for a few days and be able to have a shower, because we haven't got shower facilities. We've only got a sink in there, so it would be nice to be able to have that facility if you needed it. But we can't decide on it because we need the tub in place, and we need to figure out whether there's enough room under there to do it. So, do you know what? I think I should wrap this episode up, because it's nice to finish on a flame.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
I agree.
And I'd like to thank him for doing a sterling job, but I knew that anyway. But you didn't. You didn't. But he's a good lad. Even though I have to say that. I'm biased. But yes, and anybody need any plumbing in this northwest of England, you give me a shout and I'll have him down to you, no problem.
Perfect.
See that face? You're going to see it. You are going to see that face again, because he's going to have to do stuff around here. So thank you very much, Shane.
No problem.
I do appreciate it.
Anytime.
And
Next time.
me and him will see you in the next one. Bye for... Oh, do like and do subscribe. It would help. Thank you. Bye for now.